2007, a company based in UK wanted to export Nigerian soft drinks from Nigeria to the UK in order to sell and make profit. They proceeded to buy large quantities of Coca-Cola, Fanta Orange, Fanta Lemon, Fanta Pineapple, Sprite, soda water to the UK. Now, when it got to the UK, the Fanta and the Sprite drink was seized and destroyed by the UK authorities on the basis that after testing the drinks, they discovered that the drink contained a high level of benzoic acid, sunset yellow, and artificial addictive, which exceeded the recommended level for human consumption. Now, this investigation by the UK authorities were also corroborated by the Coca-Cola European Union as well. Meanwhile, the Federal Ministry of Health of Nigeria had previously certified these drinks as safe for human consumption in Nigeria and cannot cause any harm at all after the company got its clearance certificate from the National Agency for Food and Drug Administration of Nigeria. You see, benzoic acid is a preservative that is commonly used in soft drinks and other food products to prevent bacteria and mold from growing in food items. It is generally safe when consumed with regulated limits. However, the problem arises when the benzoic acid level are too high or when it reacts to other substances like vitamin C, which can produce benzene, a harmful chemical known to cause cancer, especially leukemia. Now, in UK, the standard limit for benzoic acid in any product is 150 mg per kilogram. But in Nigeria, the regulatory limit is 250 mg per kilogram. However, both the Fanta and Sprite exported to the UK had benzoic acid of 200 mg per kilogram in each product, which is higher than the regulatory standard of UK, but lower than the regulatory standard of Nigeria. So technically, the product was in compliance with Nigerian regulatory limit and also international regulatory limit, but exceeded the regulatory limit in UK standard. Now, the reason is because this soft drink often contain artificial coloring and flavor, and in high amounts, this can cause allergies, hyperactiveness in children, or other health problems. Now, in UK, these levels are considered unsafe compared to Nigerian standards, where they are allowed due to warmer climate requiring higher preservative levels. Now, the Nigerian Institute of Food Science and Technology, a body that represents a group of scientists and professionals in Nigeria, decided to weigh in on the matter because it became a very big controversy between UK and the Nigerian government at that time. They said that the Nigeria and UK, like every other country, at liberty to set their respective national standard according to the Codex rule. And as a result of the tests carried out by the UK custom authorities in 2007 and the Nigerian NAFDAC in 2016, it showed that the products were in compliance with Nigerian regulatory standard for benzoic levels and are therefore safe for human consumption. Now, after all this, the UK company who had exported these drinks to the UK and were eventually banned from being sold to the public instituted an action against NAFDAC and NBC, Nigerian Bottling Company. It stated that it has lost a lot of money from exporting these drinks from Nigeria to the UK and claimed that they had negligently sold drinks that were unsafe for human consumption based on UK authority, and then sued NAFDAC for carrying out their regulatory duties improperly and allowing NBC to sell drinks that were unsafe for human consumption. Now, the court looked at the argument of both parties, both the UK company, the NBC, and NAFDAC, National Agency for Food and Drug Administration in Nigeria. And the court gave a judgment that NAFDAC has failed Nigerians and are grossly irresponsible by its certification of the drinks as satisfactory for human consumption, whereas in UK it failed a simple sample test of whether it can be consumed or not by any human, and therefore it can become very poisonous with the presence of ascorbic acid, which is also known as vitamin C, which can easily be taken with the drinks by an unsuspecting victim and which will lead to cancer or even death. Now, in decision of the court in Nigeria, the court ordered NAFDAC and mandated them that all the bottles of Fanta and Sprite soft drinks manufactured in Nigeria must have a written warning stating that the content of the bottles of Fanta and Sprite soft drinks cannot be taken with vitamin C, as it can become poisonous, and also awarded damages of $2 million against NAFDAC in favor of the UK company. Now, it was even later discovered after the court judgment that if these drinks are consumed with some specific drugs, it can actually cause a very serious health issues. Upon investigation, it was discovered that the level of benzoic acid in soft drinks in Nigeria is actually even higher than most of the soft drinks produced in other countries across the world. According to a NAFDAC document, it shows that while the standard level of benzoic acid in the UK is 150 mg per kilogram, the standard level is 250 mg per kilogram in Nigeria. Compared to several other countries, the Nigerian own is too high. Now, after the court gave a decision against NBC and NAFDAC, they decided to appeal the decision against them, stating that the product has met both national and international safety standards, and they argued that the level of benzoic acid were within the permissible limits of Nigeria and aligned with the tropical standard limits as provided for any country. And they also funnily stated that the product was not meant to be exported out of Nigeria, meaning that these drinks were made specifically for Nigerians, and this level 250 mg per kilogram was made specifically for Nigerians and Nigerians alone. Now, when people began to hear about these stories, it caused a lot of panic and frustration. In fact, it got to the extent that people were dissatisfied with the way NAFDAC had handled consumer safety in Nigeria. Several people have criticized NAFDAC for prioritizing gaining revenue more than protecting the safety of its citizens. Now, why more people worried about their health following that particular revelation? Some drew conclusion between NAFDAC displeasing performance and Nigerian worsening health statistics. Since the verdict was made to the public, a lot of citizens began to stop taking Coca-Cola and any of the products manufactured in Nigeria. And it has also raised suspicion, especially as a result of the increase in fake and substandard products across the country circulating all over the country. Now, what do you think at this particular case? Do you think that NAFDAC is doing justice now to products, whether consumable or wearable products? Or do you think NAFDAC is still very negligent in a lot of handling of consumer protection for products that are now made accessible to the public? Let me see what you think in a comment below, and make sure you like the video and also subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next one.